Hey, what's going on, everybody? We are finally back outside my garage. It is the weekend. I got my Pit Boss grill put together, so now I want to test it out. I want to see if it can smoke ribs as they advertise. So I'm going to fire it up, throw some ribs in, easy recipe, and see how they turn out. So first things first, I gotta get these stickers off of here. It would be silly to keep these on while cooking. So they're just going to burn on there and make a mess. And now with the stickers off, next on the list is I got to fill up the pellets. This is going to be the fuel or the source of how we're going to be cooking. So I got this big bag of applewood or apple blend, and it should be pretty good for ribs. I have no idea. I've never tried this before, so it's first time for everything. And I'm just going to fill up the hopper. And as you can see, that big bag mostly filled up this tank. There was a little bit left over, but not too much. I'm sure if I kind of smush them around, it'll get better. But what I want to see is how much of this fuel or pellets do they use for the cooking process of the ribs. So that should be pretty good, and I'll be able to get an estimation of how much pellets I used. So I'm going to close it up and fire it up. Now, since this is the first time of me using this grill, the instructions say I need to get some pellets down into the well to prime it. And that's just because there's no pellets anywhere in the system. And as you can see, I got some on that heating coil that is right down here, and that's what's actually heating up the pellets to drive the ignition of the pellets. So I got that going. I'm going to turn her on. And I'm going to light it to smoke. And from here, it's going to heat up. I want to set it to 350. And that way, it's going to heat up, burn off any residual residues on this grill for the first time, and kind of just break it in. So the fan is going. I still have it set to smoke. It's running up to about 120 right now. And I can know I'm got a good prime on the system. I can hold down this button, and hopefully we'll be able to hear it. The auger's going, and there's a little ping, and that's the pellets hitting the actual heating coil. So this grill's been going, man, about 20-30 minutes. I want to make sure I burned off anything that was left over from manufacturing. Now I'm just going to throw these ribs on. It's going to be a very simple recipe. All it is going to be some mustard as a binder, and basically I'm just going to leave these out, and I'm going to do the 3-2-1 method, maybe. I don't know how this grill runs, so I have to see the temperatures. But it's going to be 3 hours of smoke, 2 hours of wrap, and then 1 hour of regular unwrapped. Let's see how it goes. First time on the grill. So we have been at the grill now for about 2 hours, and I'm about an hour away from 3 hours. And these are looking absolutely amazing. I'll get a good close-up. As you can see, they look great. And cooking very well. What I want to do is I want to rotate them over. Make sure I get good color on each side, knock off any of this. Definitely still tough. You can see there's barely any bend to it. But it's starting. So now all I have to do Get them right back on. And get a little bit more rub on these back. And it's chupacabra rub is what I was thinking of. I completely forgot. I've been trying a lot of different rubs, but I really settled on this one. I like the flavor of it. It's not too hot, not too sweet. So from here, I'm just going to let it go for another hour on the smoke setting. Now that 3 hours is up, it is time to wrap. And to wrap, I have some of this butcher paper. This is some really good stuff. Previously, I used to wrap with foil called the Texas Crunch. But today, I'm going to try something different. I'm going to try and go with this butcher paper. I've heard it works just as well as aluminum foil and a little bit better because it allows it to breathe. It was allowed to get a little bit more heat into it, but they don't get soggy, because that's the thing about the foil. With foil, the steam in the liquid gets trapped in there and they get a little bit soggy. So supposedly, what I've seen with this butcher paper is that it actually lets some of that liquid absorb into the paper, and you keep more of your bark and it stays better. So that's what we're going to try out. So I'm going to get 2 sheets of about the same size. That should be good. And get ready to wrap these ribs up. Three hours on the grill, and this is what these ribs look like. Just amazing color on them. They look really good. Flip them over, and a great mahogany color. Look at that. So let's pull these off, wrap them, and get them on for another hour. Now I think I said 1 hour, but no, it's going to be 2 hours on the grill. Wasn't sure if I said that right, but it's a 3-2-1 method. 3 hour smoke, 2 hours at 250 degrees, and then 1 hour just right back on the grill. And we're back 2 hours later, and we're time to unwrap. But before I do that, I want to go into a little bit of what I found out using this grill. First off, let me take you over to the grill, and you will see it's saying it's running at 300 degrees. But you come over here to the temperature, and it's right next to where the cooking is. It's saying it's 250, 275. So, first off, that temperature's a little off. It's cooking a little bit lower than I wanted it. For the smoke, yes, that's good to have a low temperature. But once you start having it wrapped, you want it at 250, 275 degrees. So I had to bump it up to 300 to get that 350 or 250, 275. And they look pretty good. I mean, you can't tell right now, obviously. A lot of fat that's come off. Butcher paper did its thing. And these have peeled back. These look awesome. I need to go get some tongs. With tongs, oh. These actually might be done. These are pretty much falling apart right now, as you can see with that one. And as you saw from that reveal from the wrapping, those ribs are overdone. I'm going to call it a fail. It's not good. It'll be alright to eat. They'll be good. But for competition, for actually cooking out, they need to have some bite through, but they don't fall off the bone like that. Those are clearly overdone. So, I learned a lot from this. 1, keep the temperature low. 2, the thermometers are lying. They are not exact. So, keep that temp down, and it's gonna be okay. So from here, I'll practice. It's my first time, but it was a good grill in the end. Now if you see it now, you might be noticing it's rolling like a diesel. But that's what the instructions said. It said hit it up to 350, burn off any residual oils, anything on the grill, go down to 220, and then shut it off. So that's what I'm going to do over the next 10 minutes while those ribs cool, and then I'm going to eat them. So until next time, as I always say, I appreciate everything you guys do for the channel. Like, subscribe, comment, and I mean it from the heart. Ride safe, drive safe, and please keep at least 2 wheels on the road.